Yo, what's going on everyone? Miles Midoriya here with the review of All-American Homecoming Season 2, Episode 9. First up, starting with Simone, she had a struggle in a way in this episode. She's pledging and helping Nate out with the campaign. Nate wanted to make sure to get the support from the different fraternity and sororities, especially the ones Simone is pledging. It turns out they're going to vote for Nico even if they don't like him. He did help them out with their sorority, and Nate got mad at Simone about her having to put up Nico flyers even though she was doing it because her sorority told her. Later on, Simone ended up tossing those flyers into the trash. Aquila finds them and asks who did it, and the Line sisters didn't say anything. They had her back. Melody brought up that if she felt strongly about the Nico situation, she should have came to them, and Simone told her that the last time she asked her for help, she sent her to an empty room. Melody agreed and she apologized, but they are Line sisters. Being on the line is about bonding as a unit. What happens to one of them happens to all of them, and if she doesn't get that, maybe joining a sorority isn't for her. I can see both sides, like they are Line sisters and they looking out for each other, but also she did send her to an empty room when she genuinely was just trying to ask for help. After all of that, you already know Nate and Simone are cool again. You know they weren't going to be mad at each other for too long. Simone did have a talk with Orlando, and he told her that he thinks she held back with her Line sisters because the last group of women she trusted, things didn't go so well. That is true. Her trying to get along with some of the people on the tennis team didn't work out. Some just kept picking on her, so it will be harder for her to trust another group of women. That is something that Simone is going to have to work on because Melody did have her back and she didn't say anything. After that, we see Nate talking to Aquila, and it seems like she's interested in Nate running for SGA president. She says she can't change their vote on her own, so she will set Nate up with the other members to talk to them. Simone spoke with her Line sisters. She told them that she was the one that threw the flyers away. She apologized to them for having to do push-ups because of that, and also brought up how they didn't say anything and that she would look out for them just like they looked out for her. They were all good, and it was nice to see Simone have some other women that she can get along with. Jumping to Damon's part of the story, the Brinkston baseball team was ranked number 24. Everyone was excited except for Damon a little bit. It changed after he had called his father. The baseball team had to play about 3 games against one team. The first one, it was cool. I guess maybe they let getting number 24 get to them. Damon blew up at them towards the end of that. He took the situation with his father and put it on them. You already know Marcus tried to talk to him. I laughed a little when Damon said, do your little Coach Marcus thing and talk to the team and teach them a lesson. Marcus said that the lesson needed to be learned through experience. He ended the conversation with, the team has never had a winning streak before. Damon has, so he should use his experience to guide them because no team wins forever. The second game that they played was completely off. They did bad, and Santiago was throwing a fit over the loss. Damon spoke with Marcus again, and he let him know what was wrong with him. He told him that him and his pop talked about being on a top 25 team, and he can't share it with him because his dad won't remember. Part of him doesn't think he deserves to have that joy because all the lies that he told, but he knows that he's a good father. He's struggling with if he was a good man. Marcus told him you gotta talk to him while you still can. At that moment, we should have known something was going to happen, but we'll talk about that later. He then told Damon to share his achievements with him even if he doesn't remember because Damon will remember. Shout out to Coach Marcus for always coming through and helping people out. Damon had a meeting with the baseball team before the last game to make sure that they got back focused, and he invited some Little League players so that they can learn the game from them. This time around, they actually won the game. They did way better than they did before, and Damon told JR after the game he was going to go back home for a couple of days to talk with his dad. Unfortunately, it didn't go as planned. At the end of the episode, Marcus went to go talk to Damon while he was packing. He told him that his mom called him and told him that his dad is gone. That was so sad. Like, he was just having that conversation with Marcus earlier about them two talking, and then he was going to go back and visit him so that they can talk, but he's gone now. He's going to be dealing with that in the next episode, but he did get to tell his dad that he was on a top 25 team just like they talked about. Thea in this episode is struggling mentally when it comes to tennis. Marcus was talking to her about the wellness meeting. She didn't want to go, but she did go, and when she was there, she talked for a little bit and just up and left. Marcus has sent in a well-known tennis player, Iris McDonald. They played a game and she couldn't serve the ball. Thea told her that physically she can serve, but mentally she can't. She's trying to figure out how to push past it. Iris told her not to push past it, rest in it, explore it. For her, anytime she faces something that scares her, she journals, and if she can imagine the things that scare her, it gives them less power. Thea chimed in with, if she can do that, then she can imagine a way to overcome it. Thea didn't think she could do it, but Iris told her to give it a try, which she did, and it worked out. She did call Coach Marcus there to the tennis court, and he actually seen she was pushing past it a little. She told him that she was going to be doing some type of therapy, and she needed help finding a therapist. That's good to hear. I'm glad she overcame her fear a little, and she's going to get help instead of just pushing it off and trying a way that wouldn't work. Moving along to the last group of people in this episode, Cam and JR. Cam was pledging in this episode as well, and yeah, it wasn't going good at first. The scene we saw what happened when Cam brought that dude his breakfast. He said it was cold, and Cam told him that it would have been warm if he didn't have to walk all the way there. He called him Aneurysm Boy and made the Lime brothers eat the food that he just literally slapped out of Cam's hand and stepped on and made Cam watch it. Later that day, Cam had ran into Gabby and they had a chat about the situation, which prompted her to talk to JR about it. She gave some good advice saying he is the dean of pledges. Does he want people to find a fraternity through positivity or negativity? Cam and the other pledges were carrying groceries. JR stopped them and there was an old man there. He tells them that they help out with the elderly, delivering food and helping with their pickup and drop-offs for medical appointments. Then he tells them that this is how their fraternity gets down. We know he was telling that to everyone, but specifically Cam, in a way let him know that it's not a bad place and they do good things. They're back at the fraternity house and JR tells, who I think is Julian from the last episode, to calm down, and he's telling them that they're doing things differently. Julian looked a little upset. He was asking JR, is he telling them or ordering them? JR told him whichever helps it sink in. After Julian left, Cam told JR that he can handle it, but he told him things are going to be changing, but that doesn't mean they aren't going to have fun with them. Glad everything worked out for Cam. He didn't deserve that treatment, and shout out to JR for standing up and changing things a little bit. But y'all let me know in the comment section down below, what did you think about the episode and what was your favorite part from it? Here's some more All-American Homecoming content. Thank you all for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.